Do y'all see this pile? It's the coats. I'm showing you all the coats. Hello YouTube friends and family. I'm back. Back like I never left. I'm back with a winter coat. It's not a haul. This is a winter coat collection. I promised this video a long time ago. At least it seems like a long time now. It's been a minute. Yeah. So we're going to talk about my coats. I'm going to start off with what I'm wearing because I always forget to do that. So I'm wearing this t-shirt, which is, I don't remember where I got this t-shirt, but it's DJ. I'm wearing it with my Zara track pants. This is from last year. And yeah, all chocolate brown. Got the green stripe on the side. I have the matching cardigan and a jumper to go with these sweatpants, and I just love them. They were a gift actually from my daughter. And I'm wearing these sort of knockoff Ugg slippers that I got for $10 at one of those sales that I go to at the convention center by the airport. So yeah, very cool, very comfortable. Okay, so that's that. I do have a couple of new in bangles. These ones here, they are Mexican Taxco, I think is the name, and they are sterling silver with brass inlay on the edge, and one is turquoise and the other one is a green malachite stone. So yeah, those are my new in bangles. Okay, let's get to the coats because there's a lot of them and we don't have all the time in the world. So let's try and get through it. I'm going to start with the essentials. This is Canada. It's cold. Winter can get down to -50. So starting off with the essentials. This coat is BCBG. Pretty sure I got it at Winners. TJ Maxx to you Americans. And it's one of my favorites. And it's one of my most complimented coats. As soon as the temperature gets down below like 15 or so, I'm pulling this baby out. It does have a matching hood that zips off. I don't often leave the hood on. But yeah, it's got that high funnel neck that is so very au courant this year. But I've had this for many years, and I rarely ever wear this, whether it's to the grocery store or wherever, Walmart, without somebody giving me a compliment on this jacket. So yeah, it's one of my favorites. I love it. It's not what I would wear in the depths of the winter unless I'm going to be really layering up underneath and then, you know, sort of just popping out of the car and running into a building. But yeah, so number one, we're getting there. Okay, so now I really did consider a couple of years ago, or longer than that, getting a Canada Goose coat. I'm sure anybody who knows anything about coats has heard of Canada Goose. They make the ultimate in, I guess, warmth and style. They have some beautiful stylish coats, and I wanted to get a maxi coat, and I wanted, of course, it to be lovely and beautiful and keep me warm. That is the ultimate purpose. So I was going to get Canada Goose, and I actually went to the store and tried on a few and just could not hit that that buy button, you know, because they're over $1,000, like $1,200, $1,300. And I just couldn't do it because I know that there are lots of coats, puffer coats out there that are way less. And so I'm going to show you what I got instead. This baby is heavy, okay? It's marked for -30, but honestly, this I think can get me through anything, even if I was dropped off in the Arctic, okay? It's really heavy. It's from a company, which I believe is a Canadian company, called Noise. See that? And they make cruelty-free outerwear, which I think is wonderful. And it's got all of the elements that you need to get you through a brutal winter. So, of course, there is the hood, which does zip off. The hood has faux fur lining. So all of this is animal-free, okay? And it's also lined inside with this sort of fluffy thermal, whatever you call this material, right, to keep your head warm. You've got the high collar, which is lined with like a sort of wool-like fabric, and of course the whole thing is lined, and it is heavy, but super, super warm. Like if I'm going out and it's -25, 30 degrees, I'm probably still able to wear something very light underneath this coat because it's going to be very, very toasty. It's got the inner sleeve here to keep your wrists warm and keep from blowing the breeze up your arms. This is what it looks like with the hood done up. Look at that. Do I not look like an explorer? I feel like I could go exploring in the Arctic dressed in this coat. Look at this. Whew. And you know what I love about this coat too? The pockets up here. Look at this. It's got these upper pockets. Kleenex, because you always need that because, you know, your nose will be running in this weather. And so I can put my hands up here. I have these deep flat pockets down here. There are no inner pockets. That is the only thing that I would have liked. You know, the way they do for men. They always shortchange us on the pockets. But anyway, yeah, so that's my coat. This coat was under $200. You've got to keep looking for the bargains, folks, because you can spend, well, we know how coats are. Coats are pricey. And when we're talking about Canada Goose coats, and I'm not saying they're not worth the money, but I couldn't do it. This does everything that I need it to do, and for a lot less. So yeah, this is my ultimate winter coat, okay? When it gets really, really brutal outside and I have to be outside, or if I was going to indulge in some winter sports like tobogganing or something like that, then this is the baby that gets pulled out. Whew! Heavy. Okay. And I have one more puffer. And this one, this is also my, what would I call it? Okay, I'm running around town, it's cold, I don't want to wear anything heavy. In fact, I might just wear a t-shirt under this because it is completely lined in faux fur. Look at that. So if I'm going to the mall and yeah, so I'm going to be inside more than outside, then I'm going to wear this jacket because it's got this. Now I wish it had the ones that go on both sides, but this is better than nothing because look at this. I can take it off if I get too hot inside and just sling the whole thing over my shoulder like a crossbody bag. Isn't that fabulous? I love this. Okay, so there's that. This coat Came from Zara. And as you can see, it's completely lined in faux fur, so everything, not the arms, but the body and the hood. The hood, of course, is not detachable on this one. I was not looking for a coat. I went to Zara, I want to say, probably before COVID, okay? And walked in during the sale and got this baby for $50. 50. Look at this. I mean, it's a very substantial hood, as you can see. It's not as long as my other one, but it does have that same, is this the right thing? Yes. Okay. Look at this. It can keep you incredibly toasty. Again, with that inner part for the sleeve, okay? And this one's very short, comes just to my hips. But just the perfect coat for running around in the super cold weather, but being able to wear something very light underneath and take it off and carry it in an unobtrusive way when I'm inside. And let's, you know, Canadians, we spend a lot of time in malls in the winter because unless you're out indulging in some kind of winter sport, what else is there to do? It's too cold. Okay, so those are the puffers. Those are the essential coats that you need to get you through a Canadian winter. Those are the puffers. Let's get into the wool coats. Okay, in no particular order, or well, maybe in a particular order, because let's see. I'm going to show my vintage stuff. Yeah, okay. Let's go for the vintage. So it is 100% llama. It is from the UK. I found it on eBay. What I absolutely love about it is that sort of hand stitching. Do you see that? That's on there, and then around the collar and all the way down. Look at these fabulous buttons. I just love this coat. There's just something so classy about it. It's a great fit. It's a UK 14, which is a US 10-12, and yeah, this is it. And I love doing this with like a monochromatic look, and just, it's just so simple, right? But so luxuriously simple. I love anything llama, alpaca, mohair. I feel like those fabrics are so very luxurious, and unless you're paying through the nose, the only way to find those fabrics, those kind of coats that are somewhat affordable, getting less and less so, mind you, is to thrift them. So you can always find good stuff on eBay, my favorite place, my favorite vintage shopping place. I don't remember how much this coat was, but it didn't break the bank, I know that. The next vintage coat is one that I acquired in my quest for the ultimate camel coat. If you've watched any of my old videos, then you know that just like Karen Britchick, I was on a quest for many, 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 many years, at least 17 or more, probably longer, to find the ultimate camel coat, wool camel coat, or llama, mohair, whatever, whatever, whatever. And I bought so many different coats, searching for that perfect piece, and none of them were quite right. They were either too large, like ridiculously oversized, so I'm drowning in them, right? Or just the wrong shade of camel when I finally got them. You know, like that peachy type of, I don't like that. It has to be the exact shade of camel. And because I couldn't find any in a store, of course, I'm buying the stuff online, and, you know, you can't always rely completely on pictures or somebody else's description. And so, I mean, you get what you get. And a lot of times they're non-returnable, non-refundable. So ultimately what I ended up with after years and years and years of buying coats and then not liking them, having to sell them on or donate them or whatever the heck I did, I finally got this one. And yeah, I found this on Etsy and I absolutely love it. I love the shade. I love the shade of brown. This coat is, this is also 100% llama. And what I love about it are the details. The love and the wonder and the beauty of most things is in the details. So, not only does it also have that sort of stitching, hand stitching that I love, but I absolutely love that it's got this neck piece here somewhere. There you go. So I can do it all the way up like this. I just love that. It's actually a trench coat styling on this coat. So it's got, you know, this part at the wrist that they put on trench coats. Okay, and it comes all the way down, way past my knees. So not quite to the ground, but it's a nice length. And oh, I keep my gloves. I think I got these many, many years ago at Selfridges. And yeah, they are soft, the softest leather. So yeah, this was my very first camel coat that I was finally pleased with. So yeah, love it. Love the buttons, vintage buttons. And another coat that I just think is, you know, just a classic. There's just something about a vintage coat. I don't know. I love a vintage coat. And it's got a belt. Nothing on the belt. But yeah, so again, styled just like a trench coat. Yeah. Love this. Okay. And we're continuing on. Okay, what's next? Okay, you know what? Let me show you the camel coat that I got last year. So this is not my most recent purchase of a coat, but this is the camel coat that I did a video for, and I called it my pièce de résistance for many reasons. First of all, because the ultimate camel coat that I've been searching for years and years and years and years and years, and now I don't need another camel coat. Look how long. All the way down, almost to the ground. Do you know what makes this a pièce de résistance besides the styling? Look at those, look at the peak lapels on this thing. And the color. H&M. And look at the lining. Fully lined in this tonal camel, probably polyester. Okay, so this is a wool blend. Yeah, it's a wool blend. That's all I can tell you. What can I tell you? I can tell you that is Italian fabric. Italian fabric. It's woven in Prato, Italy. in Italy. Girl, whatever. Okay. I walked into the store. I'm going to tell the story again because they were having a big sale. And this was on a rack, and I almost did not try it on because I believe it's a small. Okay, so trench coat details again here. You've got that band that goes around the wrist. And so I wasn't going to try it on, but my eye kept being dragged back to the rack. And I thought, well, let me just try it. I mean, it can't hurt, right? To just try it on. And so I did. And it had the original price on it. I think the original price was $2 something. And, but it was on a sale rack. And it was the only one, by the way, the only one. Walked in, asked the guy, some salesperson that I saw walking by, can you tell me how much this is? Like, is it on sale? And he came back and told me that it was, what did I say it was? $44.99? $44.99, I think it was, or $45.99. Charlie, it was $45. $45 for this coat. Okay. We've been here before, so this is just me continuing with the excitement because I still feel very, very excited about that. And you know, I love, 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 love a good bargoon. And this was a good bargoon. Okay, so okay, yeah. So I feel so, I don't know, like Katharine Hepburn, sort of, you know, femme fatale, Lauren Bacall, whatever, in this coat. This is a good coat. Oh, pièce de résistance. Okay, so let's move on because, you know, this is getting long. But yeah. This came before the camel coat. And it's, I don't even know what color to say this really is. I think they were selling it sort of as brown, but to me this is like a brownish, khaki-ish, olive-ish. Yeah, I want to say it's like green, basically, but almost like an army green. And that is one of my absolute all-time favorite things, is anything army green. So again, with the peak lapels, I love that. It's got the stitching, that sort of hand stitching. I love that. And it has no closure, just the belt. This one is lighter, and the stitching is also on the belt, which I love. And yeah, it's just pockets. It's just a good coat. It's just a good throw over everything, you know, when you want to feel chic and pulled together. We all know that come winter, the coat is the thing, right? You could be wearing anything underneath. If you've got a really good coat on, then baby, you've got it all together and you look pulled together. So yeah, tell you the last one was from Zara. Yeah, okay, so this one too. Zara knows what they're doing when it comes to coats. They really do. I don't want to say picky. I'm not super picky. I've become a lot more discerning when it comes to coats because I've made so many mistakes. I bought so many duds online for no reason other than that, you know, I made up my mind that I needed to have something. I saw it and I like it, and you don't think of all the things, and then you get it and it's just like, ugh, what was I thinking? So yeah, I've become a lot more discerning. I am more prone now to want to find something in store on sale. obviously, but in store, because then I get to try it on and I get to really see it, and I'm less likely to make a mistake. And also, if there's something wrong or I decide that it's just not for me, then more than likely, depending on where you buy it, I can return it. And that's really important for me because I am very, very indecisive. My family will tell you. It's one of the things, whenever I say I'm buying anything, oh, you're just gonna end up returning it anyway. They are so cynical. Anyhow, I love the just tailored simplicity of it. There's no belt, there's no extraneous details. It does have buttons here at the wrist and 2 buttons, and then it has quite a long slit at the back, and I love this coat so much. And the pockets. So that's that one. Okay, moving right along. And then the gray tweed, you see that dark gray tweed? I mean, it's a neutral, it goes with everything. And I don't have anything else that's checked like this, do I? Other than my leopard cheetah print puffer. So yeah, okay. This coat, this color makes me so happy. I just love, look at this bright tomato red. It just makes me happy. It's got this sort of asymmetric closure where the buttons are off to the side. But it's just so, look at this bright, I love red. I really do. And I love this particular red. It's just so, it's so good. And do you know what I got? My daughter bought it for me. I saw it and I fell in love with it, and I thought, oh my God, I'm gonna wear this with my coat. Even if it looks a little off. My daughter is like kind of, but I don't care, I love it. So I'm gonna show you. For Christmas, this hat. Now, it's looking a little bit sort of orangish compared to the coat, but when you see it IRL, in real life, it actually is pretty darn close, okay? Look at this hat. I think it's so funky. I think it might look a little bit better if I have my hair down, but look at this. Isn't this cute? Isn't this cute? It looks like a bob. I love this. Just 2 more. And if you're still with me, thank you for hanging in there. I'm going to show you 2 more coats. The ultimate Paddington Bear coat. There was just something so classic and good about a wonderful duffel coat. I love the lining. Look at that. I love the colors. Oh my God. Do you know that I never really realized that I had this this pocket in here? I got a pocket. Okay, it's got a little bit of pilling on there. Take care of that after. Okay, but this is your ultimate Paddington Bear coat. It is by John Partridge and, of course, eBay. And it was in immaculate condition. I think it was brand new, never worn. So there's that. You can always find these good deals, okay, on eBay. And I think I paid, if I remember correctly, because a few years ago now, under $100, just under $100 for this, in immaculate new condition. So it's got, do you see these buttons? Those are so cool, right? Little horns. I mean, it's a classic duffel. And then the hood, which I don't think I've ever used a hood, but there you go. And this piece, like all of the little details that you'd expect to find in a classic coat. Da 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 da. And of course, the big, deep, flat pockets. Got a mask and some Kleenex in here. But yeah, it's my Paddington Bear coat. This is another classic. Another classic I found on eBay. It's from Uniqlo. And it's Uniqlo's collaboration with Inès de la Fressange. She was a muse for Chanel, as in Karl Lagerfeld, Chanel, I believe. But yeah, Inès de la Fressange, her collab with Uniqlo produced this fabulous pea coat. And what I love about this pea coat, this was the largest size I could find, which is the large, but I would have loved an extra large. I'm not sure if they made an extra large in this. This is also navy, but what I love about it, this pea coat in particular, I'm a stickler for details. And this has what I think are the ultimate pea coat details. And what are those details? This piece that comes around the neck. Of course, the button's all the way over here, so I need to move that because that's too tight. But yeah, that, and also these pockets up here. If a pea coat does not have the neck piece and these extra pockets, because you do have your pockets down here. Oh, found some money, there's a nickel in my pocket. If you don't have that, then I don't feel like it's a real pea coat. That's just me, folks, okay? So, and you know what else I love that I think is so cool? See this little detail here? The little red stitching in this part that goes around the neck. See that? I love that. It's just a little extra je ne sais quoi, you know? I just love that. So yeah, love this. Again, it could be a little bit bigger, but I mean, it's not like it's tight or anything. It's just, you know, fits just right, really. And yeah. This is also just a fall, the very, very beginnings of winter. Not for what we have going on right now, okay? And I'm intentionally not showing the fall coats because we don't want this video to be 50 hours long. I was gonna make this a part 2, but you know what? Face is already beat, sort of, a little bit, so, you know, let's not waste it, okay? Here it is. It's a bit of a tragedy. Okay, hang on. This is my mink. Isn't it gorgeous? I love this coat so much. It's just this very rich, dark ranch mink. As I said, who knows? This coat has to be probably older than me. Okay, so, and that's old. So, yeah, I was out of town. I only brought this with me because I was going to be attending a holiday event, and thought this can go casual or it can be dressed up. I'll just take the one coat. I was out and about with this coat on, and at one point my daughter said, "Mom, that looks like a lot of, like, something's happening here." And this is what she was talking about. This is the sleeve. Do you see that? Okay, this is the coat on, and it's a little bit snug. I'm going to have these, I was going to have these moved over, and when I spoke to a furrier, they said that what they normally do is, instead of replacing the the little clasps here, they just put another row closer in so that you don't have to, you know, reach all the way over here. So this is a little snug. As I said, I've had it for over 20 years, so you know, weight fluctuation and whatnot. So yeah, so this is what I was wearing. I thought it looked very, very chic. You know, you don't get to pull out the fur every day. Again, as I said, lots of precipitation. So, you know, I don't want to wear it in sleet and hail and snow and slushy, whatever the hell is going on out there. So, yeah, I was wearing my coat and voila. So I was in a rather desperate position at that time because it was very, very, very cold in New York, and this is what I was working with. So I ended up buying that other coat. So this is what it looks like. It comes just to my knees, and I just love, like, I love the shape of it. I think it is so quintessentially 60s, like the way it's sort of narrow up here and, you know, just continues all the way down, and then cute little inset pockets. I just love this coat. But I don't know. I don't know what to do. I keep it in cold storage all the time. And, you know, but every once in a while you have to send it in and have it repaired. And it just becomes a rather expensive enterprise. But we shall see. I will have a furrier take a look at it and see what can be done. And because I love it. I love this coat. It is the only real fur that I have. Again, vintage, so don't come for me. I didn't buy it new. But yeah, I love it. And we'll see. We'll see if it's worth keeping, hanging on to, fixing, whatever, all the things. So that's what happened. Okay. And then the other thing that we were going to talk about is my wish list. I don't need anything else. I really don't. But did you notice when I was showing you those coats that the one thing that was missing is a black coat? I don't have a black coat. I did see one at Zara that I really, really liked. And I love the just shape of it, and the wool is nice and all of those things, but when I tried it on, it just looked ridiculous. I'm gonna crop that up for you. It's too big in the shoulders, and I just look like a linebacker, and then it's really, really super long, so I'm just kind of drowning in this coat, and it's not like I could get a smaller size. This is me in the extra large. I can't get a smaller size because it nips in at the waist and it just fits there. So yeah, that was on my list. I still really like it. I love the way the pockets sort of sit a little bit out, almost like a sculptural detail, so I love that. But yeah, no, nothing doing. And then the only other thing on my wish list that has been on my wish list forever, probably at least as long as the camel coat. And I have yet to satisfy that particular urge, although I've tried many, many, many times. I've had at least 4 or 5 vintage leopard print coats over the span of the last 20 years or so, and none of them have totally fit the criteria that I want or that I'm looking for in a vintage leopard faux fur coat. So I'm still on the hunt for that, and so I have resigned myself to the fact that I think I'm going to have to wait until I find that perfect vintage leopard coat in person. And again, like some of these ones that I have found online, you know, it's just the fit's not quite right. A lot of the vintage ones come with the 3/4 sleeves. I don't want a 3/4 sleeve. You know, I'll know what it is when I see it. And yeah, so I'm just gonna have to be patient and wait. Without any more rambling, thank you if you've toughed it out with me for the entire length of this video, because I think it was a lengthy one. And I appreciate you so much. Please a thumbs up, like, subscribe, share if you know anybody else that should be watching my content. And thank you so much. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of the coats or anything else that I talked about. It was mainly coats, but yeah. And hopefully I will see you again in my next video. You too, friends and family, please have a wonderful, amazing week ahead. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. Bye.